Oh, hello again, everybody. Grayson here. Yeah, uh, we are second February is over, and quite a few more pieces of lost media have been found, and this is the second one I'm done. If you haven't seen the one for January, I highly suggest you watch that before I get to this. But yeah, same amount as last month, so let's not waste any time. So here are 8 pieces of lost media found in February 2025. And yeah, same thing. I'll show the banner here and I'll read over what the information I was able to find. Yo, what's up, Totodile? Okay, let's start. Weird Harold unreleased songs. So, Weird Harold. You may not have heard of them, but here's the gist. They were a San Francisco, an acoustic quartet from San Francisco, basically that was basically around during the late 1960s. So one of the lead guitarists has since passed away, and while the others' whereabouts are unknown, but the bassist and drummer are still alive today and have given us information. They basically only released one single called Saratoga James, but the more recordings were rumored to exist. In fact, an entire album's worth of material. It was recorded in 1968 to 1969 in the Max Wheeze recording studio in San Francisco. It was rumored to have been unreleased due to problems with the band's management and producers, and that the master tapes were allegedly destroyed. However, more than one copy of the album does exist, and an owner of a blog managed to heard a snippet of the album in 2010 and reacted favorably. And a member of the band and a family member of a different band have had had interest in releasing it. They all a club that the band that Weird Harold even performed at were known to have recorded performances that of every band that played over there, but the whereabouts of these are unknown. However, on February 12th, the the Spain-based record label Guerson Records, apologies if I'm mispronouncing that, released the album out of nowhere on their Bandcamp page, YouTube Music, and even iTunes. This album was called Just Yesterday and can now be listened to. So yeah, and and after listening to it some of myself, I really do think this band had potential to be big back in the day. Okay, next, just Real Monsters pilot. Before you ask, yes, that is how I pronounce this show's name. Deal with it. Anyway, Real Monsters was a Nicktoon that aired from 1994 to 1997. Now, for those who don't know, the show is about 3 monsters named Crumb, Ickis, and Ablina, basically because they try to scare humans for school. The show was made a year before the series premiered, the show's production company, Klasky Chupo, yes, that's how you pronounce it, it had made a pilot. Not much was known other than the Gromble's name was the Womble, which was later changed to be in the Grombles to avoid being confused with the Wombles TV show, which was airing around the time. And all we really had were 3 screenshots and a promo for which contained the clips. Now, the unofficial Rugrat Online website claims that the pilot was titled "Monsters Get Real" for 6 minutes. Turns out this phrase actually these words did have some connection to the pilot, but we'll get to that in a second. On February 15th, the complete pilot was uploaded to the r/cartoon subreddit by user Oprah Windu, who said he named it from a friend of his. Although this copy of the pilot was upscaled by AI. 2 days later, the full pilot in its original quality was uploaded to the Internet Archive by Lost Media Wiki user Haley. However, that portion was taken down, likely for copyright, but a Google Drive link to this version exists. And the upscaled one is still on Reddit. Now, you know how I said the Monsters Get Real had connection to it? Turns out this was an earlier version of that same episode. And the pilot was... When the pilot was found, it was rumored that the show was just called Real Monsters without the "ah!" So, yeah, the more you know. Okay, next. Power Overwhelming Unleashed Edition. So, this Power Overwhelming is the name of the debut album from a band known as Big Bad Bosses, or B3 for short, which I believe is a YouTube band, I guess. In 2016, a year after this album was released, it was announced that an anniversary Unleashed edition, which would include remixes and karaoke versions of the songs. Oh, and hello everyone. This was only available through CD, and after those were sold out, it didn't seem to be anywhere online. It was also available on a website called theyeety.com, but that seems to not be available anymore. However, on February 15th, Lost Media Wiki user Scorpio589 uploaded all the missing tracks to the Internet Archive after ripping it from the CD that I mentioned earlier. So, yeah, this one was a rather short, one of the more recent ones, so I guess it's not surprising that this one eventually became found. Most Daring. Most Daring was a reality show that aired on True TV, formerly known as Court TV. I don't know if it's connected to the one that we already have. From 2007 to 2010 for 94 episodes spread across 7 seasons. It was a spin-off of a show called Most Shocking, which was also lost for some time, but all of its episodes were eventually found in 2023. As you could probably guess by the title, it basically showed clips of daring moments caught on camera, and things that were, quote, too shocking for too shocking for most shocking, if that makes any sense. This show also has a messy ver- ver- history of airing in reruns, with the last known airing of it being in May of 2022. Over the years, episodes would be uploaded online. However, it wouldn't be until February 22nd of this year when YouTube user Noah's Archives of Commercials and TV Shows uploaded the last four missing episodes, thanks to another user that for them. And now you can watch every episode of the show. The Andrew Show. Hold on. Okay, I have to put warning for this next one. This one contains some pretty messed up stuff that I won't be showing, but the stuff I'll be talking about is pretty tough to stomach. So if you can't handle that, I'd suggest mute yourself. Or just don't pay attention. Anyway, The Andrew Show was an internet web series that was basically an amateur talk show set in the state of Arkansas, focusing on the titular 10-year-old child describing his views on right-winged politics and white supremacist beliefs. Now, this was the scripts actually were not made by Andrew himself, Wolf, and were alleged to be entirely made by his parents, who were part of uh, the Triple K. You probably know what I mean by that, but anyways, apparently this kid's grandfather was apparently a leader who was the current leader of this group. This was the show. The show lasted from 2009 to 2011 for 21 episodes. However, in 2014, in the website and the YouTube channel these were both on were both taken down, and episodes have been difficult to find. This show is also known for getting a lot of attention in the media back in the day, like the Huffington Post, Vice, Jezebel, and the Rooster. At the time, before then, only of the 21 episodes, four were fully archived, that could be viewed via the Wayback Machine, plus a partially found clip of one episode. However, on February 25th, Lost Media Wiki user Del Caressel uploaded all 21 episodes of the show to the Internet Archive. He stated that he saved all the episodes on a hard drive back when the show was still up, and he basically did this while he was looking at the show with a friend in college. So, yeah, I wouldn't recommend watching this if you want to keep your sanity. But yeah, one of the probably the first of the most disturbing things that will be found this year. I do wonder what more could be found, though. Who knows? The Cigarette and the Weed. The Cigarette. This was a short film, an animated short film from 1981, directed by legendary controversial animator Ralph Bakshi. You know, you probably know him from projects like Fritz the Cat or Mighty Mouse: The New Adventures. Anyway, this this short was actually his proof to have his attempt to have a cartoon shown before a motion picture. It tells the short runs about 2 to 3 minutes long and tells the story of a weed growing on a street corner and a discarded cigarette butt that rolls up to said weed. The two converse before the cigarette rolls into a puddle and is extinguished. Although the short hasn't been seen in full for a while, and although it was screened at multiple film festivals, and you can see an audioless clip of the film featured in the 1982 film Halloween 3: Season of the Witch. But on February 25th, the short in its entirety with a time code was uploaded by Ralph Bakshi himself on X, formerly Twitter. There have been a few pieces of lost media that have been found thanks to the person who created said piece of lost media, so it's always nice to see. Zoptions, focusing on your future. This was a Canadian educational film that was made that was created for the Canadian government in the early 90s to be shown across schools in the country. As you could probably guess, this was meant to teach kids on why it's important to get an education through a video arcade. Although it was released in VHS, copies were difficult to obtain, and the only proof of it were listings. On February 25th, Lost Media Wiki user Oyen then uploaded the film to his YouTube channel after receiving a copy from requesting access to a copy from the Library and Archives of Canada. The film runs 12 minutes long, and this upload has 24 minutes because apparently there are two versions of the film in this video: a French version and an English version. So, yeah, that's cool. Sorry about that. That was a warning, but oh, sorry. The golden bat is here. All right. Finally, we end up with a formerly lost tokusatsu film. It was actually a comedy film from 1972 by Toho Studios, although despite being produced by a company a studio as large, very little information existed about it. As from many of the pictures depict the history of kamishibai, or picture storytelling, showing how the Golden Bat was hugely popular with how during the war, Golden Bat took on a spiky design and became a picture story about the Americans and British, and how it fell out of fashion. Although multiple sources claim that this film was portrayed Golden Bat as being fat and incompetent. No known releases of the film are known to have existed, although and it and with the only footage that was available was roughly 2 minutes from a VHS recording of the film on TV. The upload was removed until 20 and was lost until 2024 when Lost Media Wiki user Phantoma discovered the above footage on Twitter alongside some information about the movie's plot. It's possible that a copy did exist, but statement either way was never made. But on February 28th, just 2 days ago, Lost Media Wiki user Maxwell Breezy posted the full film on Google Drive. According to said user, they obtained the film through various contacts. When I asked him how he got the film, he basically obtained it through various contacts, and that the copy of the film he received was supposedly from a Japanese torrent site. It just goes to show that you can never really predict where Lost Media is hiding. And that's it. Definitely some interesting pieces there. A lot of stuff I never would have expected to be found. And I'm hoping March will be a good month. We already got our first find, which you will find out whenever that comes. But yeah, thank you for watching. And we are almost at 200 subscribers. If y'all can help me get to that, that would be great. But yeah, if you like this, like, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.